building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Fitzpatrick. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. He gets it to Thomas. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fitzpatrick. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans 30.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like in the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
This will be caught by Brown. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
After the run, Tannehill going to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Henry. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Henry again on 2nd down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Tannehill now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 10.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Here's Tannehill. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A first down carry for Henry.
He's brought down by William Jackson. A gain of 16 yards.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Fitzpatrick.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they've got just over 50 seconds to go till halftime, so they can try to put something together if they want. Tannehill's throw into the hands of Firkser here.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arms.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Bud Dupree drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Dustin Hopkins now for the Washington field goal.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So not the greatest of first halves for them, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Tannehill. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Washington. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Throw left side here, hauled in by the tight end, Firkser. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Troy Apke, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 67 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.